Hey guys, it's James. If you don't know me, first off, why did you click on a video with a man that you don't know? Stranger danger, like. Just kidding. I am so glad you're here. If you don't know me and want to get to know me better, you can stay for this video. Great opportunity to get to know me a little bit. Or you can follow me on my socials. I talk a lot about fashion, lifestyle, and anything in between. Or if you know me from any of those places already, or you know me in real life, welcome back. For today's video, I thought it'd be fun to do a little Q&A, and I know a lot of people say that's the YouTube video idea cop-out, but I feel like for the purpose of where my channel's at, it would be nice for you guys to get to know me a little bit better. Am I wrong? And as much as I love a weekly vlog, this one just wasn't panning out to be the most fun, so we're gonna save that one for next week. I asked you guys on my Instagram and TikTok to ask me some questions about things you wanted to know about me personally, about fashion, lifestyle. There are a lot of fun and interesting questions that you guys asked, so I'm excited. Let's get into it. Also, if the lighting keeps changing around me, it's literally not my fault. Like, I am not Mother Nature. So I guess we're starting off pretty strong with a question that's not even actually a question. It just simply says life and you. So I guess I'll just talk about my life. And me. My name is James Lance. I was born and raised in California. This feels like I'm slating for an audition or something. Born and raised in Corona, California, and if you don't know what that is, that's okay. A lot of people don't. This is actually usually how the interaction goes when I tell people where I'm from. Hey, so nice to meet you. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from California. Oh, I love California. What part? It's called Corona, California. Oh, I don't think I know where that is. Is that SoCal? You're right, yeah, that is super SoCal. It's definitely really SoCal, yeah. Oh my gosh, so San Diego, LA. No, it's actually right in between both of those. Have you ever been to Disneyland? No, but I would love to, yeah. Oh, okay, have you heard of Riverside? You know what? Actually, I am from LA. Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah, I could tell. You definitely give the LA vibe. Thank you. Whatever that means. Something like that. Then I started college and I moved out of my parents' house. I stayed very local. I went to a school called Biola University. It's a private Christian university, and yeah, did not stay there long. I spent my freshman year there, and then I decided to transfer to a different school called Grand Canyon University. We're staying with the private and Christian, but this one was definitely a little bit more affordable. If you get it, you get it. Started my sophomore year at Grand Canyon, and I was majoring in dance education, and I graduated in 2021 with my bachelor's in dance education. Right now for work, I do content creation pretty much full time. It's been such a blessing to be able to call that my job. I also work in a few different stores throughout the week. I work at a vintage store that one of my friends owns, and also a little boutique in downtown Phoenix. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't say. Right now I'm currently based in Phoenix, Arizona. I just decided to stay here after college was done, and I love it here. The only thing is that the summers are brutal. They are brutal, but it's okay. Otherwise, I think there's a lot of cool local things that keep popping up all over Phoenix. There's a lot of culture and diversity here, which I really love. It's awesome. And even though I'm not actively using my dance education degree right now, I am a professional dancer, and I dance with various companies across the valley. I also am the youngest out of 3. I have 2 older brothers, and I love my family very much. They're all still in California, and I miss them every single day, but love you guys if you're watching this. I'm also dating my beautiful and very lovely partner, Tiffany, which leads me into the next question that says, how long have you been with your girlfriend? Oh, shocker, he has a girlfriend. Oh, get it out now. Get it out. But no, wait, he's really feminine and he's really fruity and shut up. Shut up. Anyways, I've been dating Tiffany for about 3.5 years now, and it's been awesome. Who is your style inspo? All right, let's go back to the beginning. My oldest brother, Shane, he was very alive and well during the hipster renaissance that happened in about 2011 to 2016, we'll say. Shane got really into fashion during that time, so definitely he was actually my first style inspiration. So shout out to you, Shane. Love you for it. Our styles are so very different now, but you know what? That was the catalyst for it, and I love it. He honestly was the gateway into me getting into fashion. I was voted best dressed my senior year of high school just because I wore combat boots, and that was not normal for any other man to be wearing. As I started to come into my own a little bit more, I realized I loved bridging the gap between the feminine and the masculine and making that my own thing. And I think what I learned is that there are just no rules in fashion. And if you are placing rules on your fashion, then you are limiting yourself. Sorry, clock it. But some people that I think do that really well in pop culture are people like Harry Styles, Conan Gray. Some of my favorite fashion influencers also give me so much inspiration. People like Connie is Here, Connor on TikTok, Ida, her name is @ Quita on TikTok or something like that. There are so many more, but people like that bridge that gap between what fashion looks like for your certain gender is so awesome. This also isn't a who, but it's kind of like an era of time that I look to a lot, but I really love looking to the 70s. I love a high-waisted pant. I love a tighter shirt moment, a boot with a heel. It's so good. Obviously the 90s, I think there's a lot of classic and timeless pieces that came out of that era of time, and I love to lean into that when I can. Say something in French. Okay, weirdo. Oui. Somebody said fitness information. I'm definitely not the most qualified person to be giving anybody fitness advice, but within the past 3 years, I have definitely gotten into fitness a lot more than I ever thought I would have. My journey basically starts with me being a very chubby preteen, getting very, very skinny, and then kind of staying there until I was about 21. I remember multiple times growing up thinking to myself, I would love to have muscles. I would love to have abs, but just thinking that was never going to be my journey. I don't know why, I just thought it was impossible for me to like actually step foot into the gym. I also had such bad gym anxiety. I just think men are really scary. So the thought of being surrounded by a bunch of meatheads in a gym was like my worst nightmare. But once I discovered that being a dancer is so much more than just being a dancer, it changed the way I viewed fitness and what cross training looks like. When I was a dancer in college, I was dancing 8 hours a day. I was losing so much weight. I was not properly fueling my body. So I was just skin and bones, basically, and tired all the time. It was not a good time. And it honestly wasn't even until I graduated college that I found a good balance of what that looks like for me. That's when I actually started weightlifting. I started running a little bit more. I found fun ways of doing cardio that were different than dance. And this week, actually, I'm making a whole video for TikTok and Instagram about what a week in my fitness journey looks like for me. So if you want to stay tuned for that, you can go check that out, and it'll definitely be more in depth. But let me give you the breakdown. I try to lift weights at least 3 to 4 times a week. And within that, I try to incorporate at least 2 to 3 days of cardio. So this means I go to a cycling class, I go for a run, I do the Stairmaster, or I have rehearsal that day. And also when I am weightlifting, I try to lift as heavy as possible because that's just the best way to build muscle. From what I've learned, again, I'm no expert in the subject. As far as nutrition goes, I try to just match my body weight to the amount of protein that I'm eating, if not more. Other than that, I don't really count calories. I don't look at the fat or like carbs and things. Obviously, when you're being more intentional about what you're eating, you kind of do get more geared towards the healthier option anyways, is what I've found. I also pretty much avoid sugar at all costs, unless I'm having a little coffee, but even this I get half sweet. But yeah, my goal is to build as much muscle as possible. I am blessed and cursed with a very fast metabolism, so I do be eating a lot in a day. That is just for me personally. Find workouts that work the best for you, that keep working out fun, and if you have different goals for what you want your body to look like, you're gonna have to do different things. So all that to say, have fun with what you're doing, but just move your body. It's great. Favorite thing about doing social media? I think after college, I was definitely in a rut of what I actually wanted to do with my life. I student taught my last semester of college, and as much fun as it was, I also was like, oh, I don't want to do this right now. When you are dancing and choreographing most days out of the week, your creativity just plummets. So after college was done, the things I wanted to put my creativity towards were just like at zero. I did not want to do it anymore. When I was feeling like that, that's kind of when I started to post on social media a little bit more, and I was like, oh, this is a way I can be creative, and like the stakes are really low. And as I started doing that, I was like, wow, people are really resonating with what I'm doing, which is so fun. A lot of people found what I was wearing, what I was doing, and what I was talking about to be interesting, which I thought was really cool. If you were one of those people that's been here because of that, thank you so much. Live, laugh, love ya. But for me, it was just a new type of medium that I found to be creative, which I think is super fun. To this day, I still love it so much. And obviously with anything, there's always the downside to it. And as great as social media can be, it's also the devil's playground. Do you guys remember having those assemblies where they would talk about cyberbullying, and that was like a huge deal? The movie Cyberbully, you guys remember that? And I don't know what it is about the current state of social media, but people are just mean. Like, for no reason. Giving you unsolicited advice, leaving you hate comments about the way you look, like, it's crazy. Even within that, I try to remember the original intent of what social media was, and that was to make the world, as humongous as it is, to make it something that was more accessible to each individual person. Yeah, that goes back to people resonating with the content that I post. Even if one person sees that and they have a different outlook on their day, on their week, on their life, that's all that matters to me. I'm gonna keep posting until I can, which maybe in about 70 days we won't be able to. Am I right? Age, I'm 25 years old. I'm turning 26 in May, and can't wait to lose my health insurance. Yay! My zodiac sign, I am a Taurus, which based off popular opinion means I'm stubborn and I just like to eat, which Maybe. Grooming tips for the stash: wax, trimming, coloring, snack saving. No snack saving here, but to each their own. My mustache maintenance looks like this. I have a small pair of scissors and I just go across my lip line, my upper lip line, and I just trim it along it. I don't like when it gets too long or when it gets into my mouth. And I also have a little razor that I use to go around to shape it a little bit better. I just like when it's nice and clean and precise. I know some people like the more rugged look, which slay for you, but not for me. Yeah, I don't color it or anything. This is just the way it is. Would you audition for a singing role in a musical? Here's where the lore comes out. Actually, I already said this, so it's not anything shocking, but yes, I was a theater kid. People clicking off the video as we speak. I did love my time in theater. It was very good. There was a lot of trauma that I still hold from it, but we're not going to talk about that. I think at one point in my life, I would audition for a musical again. And I think it's only fair to show you guys this clip of me singing in my last musical I ever did. If she can't love me, no hope she would do so, no dream to pursue. Yes, that is me playing the Beast in Beauty and the Beast, and I kind of ate it up. I won't even lie. I still do love to sing. I still am very much so a theater kid at heart. I am always up to date on the latest and greatest on Broadway. So yeah, I could see myself doing that again for sure. What is your skincare routine? That means you think my skin looks good. Thank you. In the morning, I just wash my face with water, and I also use a custom serum from the brand called Pros. They make you custom hair care and skincare. I love them. I use that serum morning and night after I wash my face, which at night I do use a cleanser. I use the Pros custom cleanser as well, but I use an SPF from Kiehl's as well as a moisturizer. This is specifically in the morning. For my moisturizer at night, I still have a little bit of the CeraVe PM moisturizer. I just really like how lightweight it is. Also, drink your water. That'll make your skin look 10 times better. Are you still running? I don't know. Are you still running? I had a really big running phase last year, and the summers here just get so hot and I love running outside, so I just like stopped running pretty much altogether. But if somebody was like, hey, you want to go for a run? I would go for a run. Let's see the Spotify Wrapped. Hey Ari, hey Beyonce, hey Remy. Ariana Grande's been my top artist for I think the past 7 or 8 years. She actually was dethroned by Beyonce when Renaissance came out in 2022, I believe. So you can't blame me though. You can't blame me. She was okay with it. I talked to her about it. We need an updated vest collection haul if there are new ones. There are sadly no new ones. If you didn't know this by now, I love a vest. And it's especially fun because my whole vest collection is secondhand, which I think makes it extra fun. Are you religious? Yes, I do be religious. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, I was basically born into the Christian church. My dad is actually the senior pastor of his church back home. My mom works there. My oldest brother works there as well. So it's like a family ordeal. But yeah, being a Christian has been shaped and molded in a lot of different ways. And I think there's a lot of different perceptions of it, which I think is sometimes very toxic. Not even sometimes, it is very toxic. The way I view my relationship to religion is definitely a lot healthier now. Growing up as a pastor's kid is definitely not for the weak. In my personal experience, the stigma behind being a PK has been very true to my story. Feeling the pressure to be perfect all the time, being at church 24/7, it really took a toll on my mental health and the way I viewed the church. But at this age, I think I'm the healthiest with my spirituality that I ever have been. And what I've come to learn is that I would rather take a relationship over religion every single day. Every day. But ultimately, I do believe that there is a God that died for our sins and a God that loves me and you very much. Can you do a flip? Yes. Not here right now, but here's some evidence of me doing said flips. Gym shorts recommendations. For Christmas, I basically only asked for workout clothing, and that included gym shorts, and I got some really good pairs from Gymshark that actually have pockets in them. Hey, if you're an athletic wear brand, can you just come here for a second? Come here. Stop making gym shorts without pockets in them. I don't care how sleek you want us to be looking. I don't care how aerodynamic you want us to be. Stop making shorts without pockets. You hear me? Good. No, but seriously, I hate when shorts don't have pockets in them. I also have shorts from that brand from Target. I think it's called All in Motion. But guess what? They don't have pockets, so actually screw you. What has helped you most in finding your authentic self? Wow, definitely a few things. I think first off, moving away from where I grew up was very beneficial to me. Love my family, love my hometown very much, but I do think that moving away from it really helped me put into perspective of who I wanted to be. That's not something that everybody needs to do, but I will say that putting yourself in uncomfortable situations is the only way that you can grow. And I'll tell you something, moving to a different state will definitely put you in an uncomfortable place. But also it's about what you do with what's presented to you. So I could move out and then just be sad, but no, I wanted to put into action what I came here to do. But yeah, number one, I would say put yourself in an uncomfortable situation, and that will tell you a lot about yourself and who you want to be. The second thing I would say is that you can only be your authentic self if you surround yourself with authentic people. I think it's a good reminder that the people you surround yourself with is often who you become. And if you surround yourself with people that are fake and phony, you are also going to become fake and phony. So find a community, find a group of people that creates an environment and a safe place where you can be your authentic self. And my third and final thing I'm going to say, even though there are so many more things I want to say, is that you need to allow yourself to lean into the things that you enjoy. And again, as much as other people are going to be a great help to you in being your authentic self, that also starts with you. You cannot depend on anybody else to do the work for you. But if you lean into those things that you enjoy, you will just blossom. You will. And once you do that, you will continue to unlock things about who you are and who you're becoming. People will like you so much for who you truly are, and if they don't, those aren't your people. Get out of there. Where'd you get your rings from? I basically wear the same rings every single day, and what I'm going to tell you is something that you're not going to like. I got one ring, I think 4 years ago, that was bought from a website that makes multiple of the same ring. Other than that, though, these are all one of a kind. Ooh, that sounds so pretentious, and I'm sorry about it. But I think that's what makes it so fun. If you want to find unique and interesting rings, you need to do the work for it. Respectfully. But I definitely recommend looking secondhand. You can always find things at the thrift store. And I will die on that hill that you can always get something secondhand. So go thrifting. You can find rings. I promise. Sorry, I'm very passionate about that. But if shopping secondhand is not your thing, that's okay. That's okay. I also love going to local farmers markets because not only are you supporting small, but you also can find unique and interesting jewelry there. Like this one, for example, was made from a fork, and this guy was selling it at one of the local farmers markets, and I'm obsessed with it. Get plugged into your communities, find local sellers, because I promise you there's a lot of things that you miss when you don't do that. When did you start to normalize wearing women's clothes? Hashtag women's clothes are goated. Come on, hashtag. I agree. I started to normalize wearing women's clothes when I realized that it's like 10 times more fun. Women's clothing has such a larger variety of textures, colors, shapes, types of garments that in my experience men's clothing doesn't really have. This top, for example, this is a woman's top. Would you ever see something like this in the men's section anywhere? And I say that for stores that sell new clothing and even for thrift stores. When I discovered how much more there was in the women's section, I was like, oh, and we're never going back. It's just so much more fun. This is all opinion based and preference based. If you like what you wear, if you love shopping in the men's section only, keep doing that. That's awesome. A lot of it also comes down to the way you want an item to fit. I don't mind when things fit a little bit tighter to the body, which I think women's clothing can often cater to a little bit more. Again, it's all preference, but I've just found that I do really enjoy the women's section. But now I just have the whole store to look through, which is double the fun. For some of you, that's probably your worst nightmare. I feel like you are so comfortable in your own skin. How did you get there? Aw. So the spell I cast on you guys is working. It's definitely a work in progress. I am nowhere near feeling fully 100% confident in myself, and if you are, please teach me your ways. But I think I feel comfortable in my own skin because this is the only skin I'm ever gonna get. This life goes so fast, and spending time worrying about the way I look and how I'm perceived by others is something that I do not want to do. And also the part that says, how did you get there? I think it's because you just become fed up with trying to be what other people want you to be. There is such a stigma and a norm that is thrown on every person based off how you look, how you present yourself. If that's something you don't want to adhere to, then don't adhere to it. And I know it's easier said than done. There's a lot of situations where it's hard to maybe be fully yourself. But if there's situations like that that you can control, why are you still there? And again, like I was saying before, you can't depend on people to do the work for you, but also, if you surround yourself with people that support you and uplift you for being who you are, then you're gonna feel 10 times more comfortable in your own skin. But anyways, it's a work in progress. If you, again, feel 100% confident in who you are, please teach me your ways because I would love to know. But that's also part of the human condition, is to be constantly working on ourselves. Because again, if you get too comfortable, you're not gonna be doing anything different. Anyways, on that note, have you ever made any of your own clothes? If so, which ones? If not, would you want to? I have not made any of my own clothes. I've done a lot of DIY projects where I add things to existing clothes. I can do very basic hand sewing. I've taken in a few pairs of my pants. Do they look good? Probably not. I would definitely love to learn how to sew and make my own clothes. So maybe be on the lookout. Don't have a question, just want to let you know that you're my style inspiration, the coolest. Thank you. That will always blow my mind, that people will say nice things to me like that on the internet. Like, thank you. And on that note, I think that's the last question we're going to answer for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys like this video and want me to do more things like this, please let me know. I have some vlogs posted if you want some more content to watch. I think they're very fun and you get to know my life and my people a little bit better. Or you can follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Remember, I be posting on there. I really do be. But yeah, I would love to see you over there and grow that community because I think you guys are awesome. Anyways, thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.